This is probably going to be my longest video ever. It's a thing I made with character AI. Also, more specifically, the TSFTW AI. Yes, it exists now. I just made a crazy spy story, and I want to tell you about it, every single part of it. So basically, it began with the host, the president of the world. The text said, the president for the world. I don't know why it says that. Anyways. Looks at this character. Her name is Cupcake. And he says that there are two teams, Paralyzing Plugs and the Cunning Corks. So Cupcake... Then the Cupcake immediately gets on her phone. And Cupcake talks to her boss and reveals that she's a secret agent known as Agent 22. And she wants to make sure that none of the contestants or the host know that she's a secret agent trying to protect them and the world. Then the president feels a little suspicious, and Cupcake decides not to spill the sprinkles, and then she joins the Paralyzing Plugs. And he's like, wow, that's the first time, you're the first one who isn't joining the Cunning Corks team. And he explains that Cupcake is the only person who is on the first person who chose to be the Paralyzing Plugs. And she's one of 4 people on the team. The other 3 people are Plug, Headphones, and Star. Basically, 3 of the OG Paralyzing Plugs. And then Lollipop, not Lollipop, Lollipop appears and just joins the Paralyzing Plugs, even though canonically he's a Cunning Cork. And I mean, there's a reason why he's a Cunning Cork. He's kind of funny. Anyways. She goes to see her team and starts talking to them in private and explains that she's not supposed to tell anyone except for her own team, depending on which one she chose. She explains she's a secret agent on a mission to protect the world from an evil organization plotting on brainwashing everyone with an ancient crystal, which never gets brought up again, which I just realized a few seconds ago. She can't do this alone, so she needs a team of her own. And even though they're the smallest team, they would be the perfect ones to save the world from being brainwashed. Everyone is on board with helping her. And she explains to everyone not to tell any of the other contestants or the host. And Plug is like, don't worry, Cupcake, your secret is safe with us. It says within us, but it should say with us. And then they leave, and then Lollipop starts getting worried about something, which might make you think that he's the secondary main character besides Cupcake. But he's Well, let's talk. He's not really a secondary main character. Anyways, the villain, the organization trying to brainwash everyone, are known as the Marine Abstract Destruction, or MAD for short. And then they get to the host. And then Cupcake calls someone, ends up getting a phone call, so he goes. And she talks with her boss, Mr. Vanilla. Her boss asks if she managed to form a team, and she's doing fine so far with keeping her secret away from the rest of the contestants and the president. And then she goes, but then all of a sudden a submarine comes out of the sky and transforms into a spaceship, into a ship, and Mad comes out. And Dr. Shelley, the main antagonist of this story, just comes out. A bunch of stuff happens. Basically, she plots on brainwashing everyone. And she's about to brainwash the host, but then Mr. Vanilla, there's a plot twist with him later, appears. And then basically Mr. Vanilla used to be boyfriend and girlfriend with, used to be Dr. Shelley's boyfriend until he fell in love with Strawberry. By the way, the two are ice creams. There's a plot twist which I will explain later. Then other stuff happens, and then Vanilla just starts having an argument, and he gets upset that even though she saved him from a volcano all those years ago, and then she presses a button that traps Mr. Vanilla, binding his arms, and he can't get free. So the president decides to let himself be taken prisoner. Oh, and Kelpie, another person named Fish Scale, she never comes up again. They never come up again. Then the host gets kidnapped, and Kelpie decides to team up with everyone. since she is part of Mad, but she's upset with her own big sister. That's right, Shelly and Kelpie are sisters. So Kelpie, being Shelly's little sister, decided to turn on her big sister. Anyways, they make a plan. Get down to the base, stop Mad from brainwashing everyone, brainwashing the entire Earth, rescue the host, and everyone can go on with their normal lives. They go through a bunch of stuff, and they notice the host is about to be blasted by a laser, which is basically a brainwashing device. The brainwashing device. Luckily, they managed to deactivate the laser, but then Cupcake is grabbed by Shelly and is captured. Mr. Vanilla comes up and is trying to prevent her from squeezing Cupcake, saying, "Hey, stop squeezing 22, you're hurting her." And he's all like, "Please stop squeezing her, you're going to kill her." And she then says, "Oh, I'm not gonna kill your daughter, don't worry, but I am gonna make her hurt a lot." And then Cupcake looks shocked and is like, "You're my dad?" And is shocked to see that Vanilla is her dad and Strawberry is her mother. Other stuff happens. Cupcake is about to die, but then Vanilla decides to let himself get captured, but then a volcano is about to erupt, and then he looks at Shelly, telling her to get in the pod. She refuses, and Cupcake explains that even though her dad abandoned her and she kidnapped and melted her mother, he doesn't want her to be vaporized, even though she basically tried to brainwash the entire world. And Shelly is shocked to see that her ex is still saving her. But then she apologizes and sacrifices herself to save Vanilla. But Cupcake, being the nice person she is, even though Shelly kidnapped her and attempted to murder her, swims to the rescue. She rescues Shelly. And everyone's all like, goes up to Shelly, and Cupcake asks Shelly why she just pushed Vanilla into the pod and let herself end up getting vaporized. She explains she wanted to be nice she felt bad for him and didn't want to be responsible for his death, even after everything that happened. And then she reveals Strawberry's still alive. She faked Strawberry's death. Yes, she still kidnapped her, but she decided to let her live. And then Strawberry comes out from a palm tree, and stuff happens. And they have a tearful moment. Cupcake, he just has a talk with her dad And then she turns to the president and explains why she joined the game in the first place, reveals she was a secret spy, she didn't want to spill the sprinkles, and he started sniffing, crying, and said that she and the rest of the contestants saved him. And that's what heroes do. And she's all like, it. And since he was ashamed for not knowing what she was up to, for for treating her, he's surprised she's not mad. Even if he was thinking that she was actually secretly evil. And she still and then he hugs her, and then the story ends. The end! Oh, also, can't believe I just made a story where a cupcake is with her boss, who secretly reveals to be her dad, and her mother is killed, but is later revealed to actually still be alive. Like, this is the weirdest thing to ever exist. And it's awesome. I can't believe I made it, though. I made this exist, though. If anyone wants to make fan art of it, be my guest.